Welcome to Brian's Logic Lab. Today we're going to complete a project that is going to solve a problem that I'm having here in the lab with some lighting. I have a microscope light. When I say the microscope light, I'm talking about this one. And when I'm talking about a gooseneck light, I'm talking about this one. So I have an application where sometimes I need to use this light, sometimes I need to use this light. So I'd like to have a simple little project where I can, a simple little setup where I can flip a switch and control either light or both at the same time. So in this project, I went to the big box store, picked out all the items we would need. We're going to assemble it in this video. In the end, we'll test it, and then I'll show you the final project and the difference that it makes when I'm recording board repairs. And if you're interested in the items that you need to build this project, at the end I'll show pictures of the different items in the store, so you'll know exactly what part number and that kind of stuff, and the price, or the price that it was at the time that I purchased it. And also there's a schematic that I created in the end. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the video. So here's the few items that I bought at the big box store. We got the double gang box here, a couple fittings. We got the three-way switch and a switch together. So we'll be using the switch as a bypass switch versus an on-off switch. And then the three-way switch we'll use to control the top and bottom receptacle. One will be for the gooseneck light and one will be for the microscope ring light. And of course we have a cover plate here. So the other few items that you'll need that I already had, so I didn't buy those. This is a piece of a drop cord that we're going to use to supply power to the device. We'll put this end on it so we can plug it into the wall. Here's just a piece of Romex wire that we'll take the conductors out of, and we'll use that to interconnect inside the junction box there to connect to the receptacle and switches. And then here's a few different style Wago connectors that we'll use. You can use wire nuts or whatever type of wire connection method you prefer. I like these Wago or Wago, however you say it, W-A-G-O, and there's different styles. These are inline. These will connect 2 wires. These will connect 3 wires. So not sure exactly how many we'll need, but I've got an assortment, and we'll see in the end exactly what we use. So here's a few basic hand tools that we'll use to assemble the project. This is just a reversible insulated screwdriver. It's Phillips and slotted. This one's a number 1 ECX. You can see how it's shaped on the end. This is electrical combination X drive. This works really good on receptacles and switches and that kind of stuff. If you've never tried one of these work really good. And here's just a combination cutter, needle nose, plier made by Knipex. All right, to start with, let's go ahead and open the boxes here. So the idea here is I'm going to have the receptacle over here on the right and switch over here on the left. So I'm going to use this as a bypass switch. So you could use it as an on-off switch, but in this application I'm going to use it as a bypass switch. So when I flip this on, I want both of these powered up. When I flip this one on, I want to toggle from the top and the bottom here. So first I'm just going to take this this piece of Romex here. I'm just going to pull these conductors out of here. So okay, here's the receptacle. So we know that we want to control the top and the bottom separately. So this is the neutral side. This is where the white wires go. The lighter color screws, the lighter color wire, that's how some people remember it. So the white on the light here, and then the dark screws the dark wire, so we'll put the black wires here. Before we do that, there's a tab here that connects the top and the bottom terminals on both sides. So we'll leave the neutral side connected, but I want to remove this tab here because I want to control these independently. So we'll just take our needle nose here, get it where you can see it, and we'll just take it and bend it back and forth. Okay, here it is. Get rid of that. Okay, take us a piece of this number 12 black wire here. Strip it out. Put us a little hook in it. So you want to go around the screw in the direction of that you're going to tighten it. So in this case, clockwise. So here's this ECX screwdriver, and putting very little force pressing it, and it just grips amazingly well. So it's very easy to tighten these up. Let's go ahead and hook up the other terminal. Okay, here we just need one white wire because they're connected together here. Alright, here's the three-way switch and the regular on-off switch. You can tell a couple ways. You can tell that this is the on-off switch. One way to tell is, it's got one connection here and one on the other side. This is ground screw. The other way to tell is an on-off switch is labeled. So this is off, this is on. The three-way switch, it won't be labeled because it's toggling a light on or off, but it's not labeled because it can be, depends how it's wired. This could be on or this could be on depending on what you're turning on. Here's what we got so far. We have the switches. This is the three-way switch and the regular switch. I've got one wire hooked to each terminal. 3 black wires here. This bottom one, this one acts independently from this switch. So this switch connects this screw and this screw together. So these two wires get connected together with this switch. And up here, in this position, it's these two, and in this position, it's these two. Okay, so you can see on the switch here, we got the three black wires hooked up, and 2 black wires on this side. So the way I'm going to have this work is when I have the switch in this position, this top switch, I want this top receptacle to be energized, and when I flip this switch here, I want the bottom one to be energized, and then I'm going to use this switch. If I flip it, it's going to re-energize the top, and it'll have them both energized. So I'm going to go ahead and put tape on the receptacle and on the switch. So here I'm going to just remove this screw. Take these 2 screws out. Just make it easier to wrap my tape on here. Okay, these two wires here is where we're going to bring power in. And so this one will go to my top. Okay, there we got the top hooked up. So now we'll take this second wire here. And we'll hook it to this one, which is going to the bottom receptacle. Okay, so I'm using a double here because I'm just connecting two wires. I'm using a triple here because I'm connecting the top wire on the switch to the top wire on the receptacle, but I also want to feed this top receptacle from the switch. This will be like a bypass, or I can turn this one on, have them both on. So this switch black wire, I'm going to connect it up just like that. You can see they're all connected there in the back with the bar. Okay, so these two here, we'll connect those together. These are the incoming. These other two fittings that I have, they go on this box here. So this one, it just sticks in here. We'll press it in a minute. And then this one is the strain relief. So I don't need this stuff here, but this will just screw into here. But before that, let me just take this and press this in. Okay, I just took it and pressed it up against my workbench where I could put some force on it and just pressed it in there. So this will screw in, and then this will unscrew. I just barely scored the insulation here, and it'll tear down here. So we'll connect it to the incoming power, the black, just like that. We'll connect our grounds together, and then our two neutrals. So originally this switch here, it had a connecting bar between these two commons on this side, and I broke it off just like I did on the receptacle because I was going down a different path, and then I changed my design. Switch comes with a connecting bar here, and if you don't break that off, you would just need one black wire to either one of these screws on this side, either one of the common, because they'd be tied together, so you would only need a bring your hot wire in and connect to top or the bottom here. Okay, so let's connect our neutrals. And we have 3 grounds here to connect. So I used 1, 2, 3, 3 triples, and 2 doubles. Here's 2 doubles and 3 triples. You could just use all triples if you wanted to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You'd need 5 if you did it that way. But so I'm going to assemble this in the box, and then we'll come right back. I just finished getting the receptacle and the switch mounted in the box here and put the face plate on it. Last step is to put the end on the cord. So I have this end here. So I'm going to strip off some of this insulation and attach the end. It would actually been better there to run the wire through with the insulation on here and then strip it. So now we're going to hook up the 3 wires here. You can see this is the ground pin, so this is the ground screw, and then the gold screw goes with the black wire, silver screw for the white wire. So let's hook this up. We'll go ahead and loosen them all up. Okay. We'll just start here with the ground wire. It's got a notch here. We'll line this up with it. Slide right in there. Okay, nice and secure. Let me get a little demo set up and we'll test this out. Okay, here I'm just plugging in a light bulb for test purposes. I'm going to put one in the top receptacle, which is the ring light. I'm going to take another light bulb, put it in the bottom receptacle, which is simulating the gooseneck light. Now I'm just going to turn the power on. When I do, then we have power on the ring light on the top. I'm going to flip the switch. That gives me power on the gooseneck. Now back to the ring light, back to the gooseneck, and then I'm going to show the bottom switch has them both on now. So that's where I would have the gooseneck and the ring light. Then I'm just going to turn it back to the default position and then turn the unit off. Okay, let's plug in the ring light here. Plug in the gooseneck. So here I'm putting a little bit of flux on the board. This is going to cause a glare, and you can see it's not really showing up real good. This is with the ring light on. Now I flip the switch for the gooseneck. You can see the dramatic difference. Now back to the ring light, just to show a before and after, and then back to the gooseneck. So here's the three-way switch and switch combo that I bought. This is the receptacle that I purchased. This is just a cover plate. This is the actual gang box that I used. Here's one of the fittings that you'll need, adapter fittings. There's the strain relief. These are the triple Wago connectors that I used. This is the doubles that I used. And this is a simple little schematic that I drew up just to show the operation of the circuit for those that like to have a schematic. So if you made it this far, I'd like to thank you for watching the video. Please feel free to leave your comments below, and I'll answer all comments. If you like it, subscribe, like the video. If you learned something in the video, I'm interested in reading those. If you have feedback for me, please leave that as well. I'm going to finish this cup of coffee, and I'm going to find something else to work on today. So thank you.